Welcome to Big Valley Living. I'm Michelle.
And I'm JJ.
And we are going to make a seasonal treat for you today. This is lemon blueberry bread, and it is amazing. We do this every year when our Meyer lemon tree is ripe, when all the lemons on our Meyer lemon tree are ripe. And it is so wonderful and so delicious. So we're doing this for a collaboration called Break Your Heart Bake 24. So you want to watch for that hashtag when you're watching throughout the month. It's going to go all the way through the 29th. The hosts of this collaboration are Ryan at Hills Homestead, Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch, and last but not least, Tony at Kettle Kitchen. Thank you all for inviting us. We're very excited to share this recipe. It is a family favorite that we've actually been making since we found it in 2017. And the recipe comes from glorioustreats.com. I will drop a link in our description so that you can get all of the instructions and ingredients for yourself. It's just a really light tasting, and it's a bright flavor for a winter day, don't you think?
It's just yummy. It's pretty sweet, but it's pretty darn good. Yeah. I will tell you that for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. There's going to be a live giveaway on Sunday, March 3rd at 2 p.m. Pacific time on Tony's channel at Kettle Kitchen. You want your lemon to be as firm as possible before you start zesting it. So don't juice your lemon until you're done zesting. And remember, we just want 2 teaspoons, and that's not a lot. These lemons are very big. We had a good crop this year. And, oh, look at that. That's about probably a half a teaspoon. So I'll probably just use the zest of this one lemon. You want to make sure that you don't get any of the white part. That's called the pith. That will make everything bitter. Oh, look at that. This is such a juicy lemon. I can't believe it. Okay. It looks like we have about 2 teaspoons. Let's measure it out. Oh yeah, easily 2 teaspoons, okay? Again, a little bit more is better than not because you want this lemon flavor to really shine through. We only need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I almost need an orange press for this. I'll just press out a 1/4 cup, and then I know I have enough. Ooh, I think I'm gonna make some lemonade. Let's get the other half out. There's no need not to make lemonade out of these lemons. I still have a couple dozen more to process. I think we'll do some freeze drying videos, guys. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and measure out 2 tablespoons. If a little bit spills, a little bit spills. Hey, that's okay. We need 1 cup of blueberries, but let me tell you what. You're going to want a little bit more than that. So I'm going to go about a cup. I'm going to go about 1.5 cups. You can use fresh or frozen. I actually have some nice fresh blueberries, but frozen work just as well. You want to rinse these off very well and then dry them just a little bit because we're going to be coating them in flour so that they float in the batter. You don't want them all sinking to the bottom. I've got a little tip for you. Don't throw these away. They can be used to scrub in your kitchen or in your bathtub and make everything smell really, really good. Shine up your faucets. And if you have to do a little scrubbing, just go ahead and put a little baking soda in there. And this makes a wonderful cleaner. You can also put a few of these into a jug or a jar, fill it with white vinegar, put a lid on it, shake it up every day, keep it in a dark place for about 3 weeks, and you'll have yourself a fantastic degreasing cleaner for your kitchen that costs pennies. It's much better for the environment too. 1/3 cup of melted butter. Okay, first we're going to mix up our dry ingredients. 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of table salt. Whisk it together really well and put it off to the side. Into a large mixing bowl, or if you want to use your stand mixer, you can. We're going to add the following: 1/3 cup melted butter, 1 cup granulated sugar, 2 eggs. I recommend cracking them into separate bowls. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I want to thank my brother and sister-in-law for bringing some of this nice Mexican vanilla. 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. Don't leave any behind. And our 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Ooh, it's smelling good. Okay, I got Grandma's beater out and we're gonna go ahead and beat this together. We've rinsed off our blueberries. I ended up with about 1.5 cups because we like our blueberry bread, lemon bread, to be blueberry-y. Now, leave a little bit of moisture on there so that you can coat all of these with flour so that they will float nicely in your bread. This is the way I do it. It works pretty darn well. This is one of the best parts of this time of year, you guys, because every year we use our lemons to make this cake. It's so good. I interchangeably call it bread and cake. Okay. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but we did use unsalted butter, and you need to put either parchment paper inside of your bread pan. We're actually a loaf pan. We're actually using a 9x5 glass loaf pan. I like to be able to see inside of the pan as I'm doing things. Now, we're gonna get to the meat of this bad boy. My oven is set at 350, it's already preheated. Like I said, we have our wet ingredients mixed together. We have our dry ingredients ready to go. I have 1/2 cup of milk set aside. And we have our blueberries ready and floured up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to alternatively put in flour mixture and milk. And we're going to do this in 2 batches. And as soon as it's combined, we're going to stop mixing. Make sure to have a spatula handy because you're going to want to scrape that bowl down. All right, as soon as it was just combined, we went ahead and we stopped our mixing. So we have our blueberries and we have our spatula, and now we want to very quickly but gently fold these in to our batter. And we really don't want to waste any time. Oh, look at how many blueberries are in here. If you all could smell this right now, the smell of that vanilla. Oh, and some of the blueberries are already breaking open. Yes. Okay. I do not, you know, you want to kind of keep mixing, but don't do it. Reserve. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay. Into our buttered or parchment lined pan. That is it's your kitchen, it's your decision. Let's go ahead and we're going to put this in. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty stiff batter, okay? This is how it should be. Make sure you get all of that goodness. You see how those blueberries are staying up top where they're on top? Oh man, now I'm just going to smooth it down just ever so gently. Oops, I don't want that in there like that. With my very clean hands, I am going to get every last bit of this goodness in here. And into the 350 oven it will go for 55 to 60 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. It takes an average of 55 to 60 minutes to cook this lemon blueberry bread. and my oven runs cool, but I will check it at 50 minutes. Set your timer because you're going to have to wait for a while. You don't want to forget. All right, now something I forgot to tell you guys, this is a dark bread, so it's perfect right now. Oh, you should smell this house. JJ could smell it about 5 minutes after it went in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off. Now what we do is let it sit for about 30 minutes. And cancel. There we go. We're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes and I'll be back. Okie dokie, we are almost done. Our bread has been out of the oven for about 25 minutes. And now we're gonna put the glaze together. Now I failed to mention something. When we were juicing our lemon, we actually need a total of about 4 tablespoons. Okay, the lemon blueberry bread has been cooling for about 25 minutes. So I have taken 2 tablespoons of butter, a half a cup of powdered sugar, about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little more, of the lemon juice, and then a half a teaspoon of this wonderful Mexican vanilla. I like vanilla a lot, so I hate to tell you guys, I'm gonna go, oh, accidentally put a little too much in, and that is why I have extra powdered sugar. All right, plus I want to drizzle it, make sure it's real drizzly, because this just really helps to make it better. I got bit by the tree. Lemon trees have thorns on them, just so you know. All citrus trees do, but lemon trees and lime trees tend to have a lot of it. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit more in here of the powdered sugar. There we go. And we're going to drizzle this, you know, so you don't want it to be a real stiff frosting by any means. It is a glaze. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, that smells really nice. I like it. I'm just using a skewer here. You could use a straw, and you want to do this while it's warm. And you see how we have the cracks, that's a good thing. I tried to take it out, and I didn't let it cool long enough, guys. So the bottom didn't want to come out. I just put the top back on. It's going to be just fine. Now we have our glaze. And because this is still warm, it's just going to kind of go melty right on in there. I think I might have let my butter cool a little bit much out of the microwave after I melted it. But that is okay, because again, this bread is still quite warm after being out of the oven for just at a half hour. And I like it to go down the sides of the pan. Don't make the glaze when your butter sat for 15 minutes or so on a cold day. It is cold outside. It's cold and rainy and windy, and we're having some atmospheric rivers coming through the whole state of California. Okay, I'm known for my cooking and my canning, not necessarily for my cutting. It's still very warm.
But I will say, this smells really good, and I know it's going to be really good. Of course, we have these fresh blueberries, so.
This is such a great recipe. I say make sure you let it cool down, though, a little more than a half hour before you put the stuff
Definitely
on
let it cool down. Otherwise, it'll look like that.
Blueberry bread, lemon, blueberry bread crumble.
However, it's really good.
Yeah, it's very good. Now, if you're going to make this the day before, you can glaze it the next morning. I would not put the glaze on and then let it sit. If you do glaze it and you have leftovers, throw it into the refrigerator. It's very good the next day. Just pop it into the microwave if you want for a couple of minutes, or just let it sit out long enough to come to room temperature. But this does not disappoint, let me tell you. Are you happy we made it again?
That's really good.
Yeah. So, thank you again for visiting Big Valley Living. We appreciate you coming by.
See you later, everybody.
Wait a minute. What should they do? Like, share, and subscribe. Please. It helps our channel.
See you later, everybody.
Be kind.